Democrats in the House of Representatives tried to put Republicans on the defensive over the shutdown by holding a vote on a bill that would reopen the government until February 1st.
And the joint resolution is not passed.
Republicans wouldn't bite, and the bill failed. That's not surprising, because as much as it might seem like furloughed government workers are being held hostage for President Trump's border wall, President Trump and his allies are being held hostage too, by hard-right thought leaders who are threatening a revolt if Trump doesn't make the wall happen.
I suspect people think of you and say, here's a kind of bomb-throwing columnist who has been, on the same side as Donald Trump on most of these issues. What people don't know is...
I actually believe it.
Well, you actually believe it. But you've been in contact with the president. You had some influence in the president's immigration policy, right?
He reads my stuff, as everyone should. I've been advising the president, whether on Twitter columns or in private conversations that you're not allowed to know about, since Election Day. I'm like the Good Witch and the Wizard of Oz. You've always had the power, Mr. President. You're the commander-in-chief. Your number one job is defend the borders.
So what happens now? I mean, no one's budging an inch here. Democrats don't seem to want to budge an inch, and the president doesn't either. I mean, we can't have the government shut down forever.
It's very silly for Democrats to hold up funding the government while they're weeping about the federal employees, which with much better benefits, retirement plans, and vacation and sick leave than anyone watching this program has. If they're going to keep weeping about these federal employees, okay, you're holding it up for 0.11% of the federal budget. I mean, at some point, I think people are going to realize that this is just the Democrats. They're obsessing on this wall because they want Trump to break a promise.
Is there a point where it starts to concern you?
No.
That the government is shut down for 2 months?
I mean, possibly. I don't know. But just play this out. Keep it focused on immigration. As long as people are talking about immigration, you are winning, Mr. President. But whatever happens, just build the wall.
Okay, how does it end? Why is he not doing this the way you want him to do it? How should he do it? How should he get that wall?
Yeah, okay, he screwed up for 2 years and didn't. But finally, with 3 seconds on the clock, he's finally throwing the ball. So look, I'm not going to complain about that. As long as he makes the fight about immigration, he will win. I noticed the polls right after his Oval Office address. For one thing, wow, we didn't hear much about polls after that Oval Office address. And finally, one gets produced, and yeah, most people agreed with him.
You have to give something up, don't you? I mean, it's just the nature of the negotiation. The Democrats are not going to fold like a house of cards. What do you give up?
Trump has already given up. I mean, I'm sorry that it turns out he's the worst negotiator God ever created, but that's where we are. He needs $20 billion for a wall. He's already only asked for $5.7 billion. Just spend it and we get the government up and running again.
I thought he was a great negotiator. He was a great businessman.
Turns out that was exaggerated.
You got to do something. I mean, Democrats are not going to just say, all right, here's the wall, let's get the TSA guys back to work.
We'll see what happens. Oh gosh, they'll have to wait a few months before they know fully well they're going to be paid in full. Look, I'm not in favor of this, but previous shutdowns have been much more difficult. More Americans dying of drug overdoses every year than died in the entire course of the Vietnam War. And the vast majority of those drugs are being brought in because we have a wide open border. I care about that more than I care about the Yosemite gift shop being open.
There's two Ann Coulters here. There's the Ann Coulter that wrote In Trump We Trust and supported him during the campaign and introduced him. And then there's the other one that acknowledges that all this stuff has been usurped by Wall Street, by people in the administration. They didn't drain the swamp.
That's fair to say.
He's wading through the swamp, right? So great, fantastic. Donald Trump talks a good game for people who agree with you. But what the hell does he do?
For 18 months, he said all the right things. He never cared about what Manhattan elite said. And then, bam, Election Day 2016, suddenly all he wants is the approval of Manhattan elites. Who could have seen that coming? But recently, in the last couple of weeks, we've reeled him back. I mean, the one thing I think not only with Trump, I think especially with Trump, but with anyone, is self-preservation and self-esteem. He doesn't.
So why is he digging his heels in on immigration now?
That's why.
But why now?
It is self-preservation because he is dead in the water if he doesn't build that wall. Dead, dead, dead.